Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey is the second entry into the Bill and Ted franchise. It is directed by Pete Hewitt and once again stars Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter as the title characters. Now, if you actually noticed in my last review on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, I accidentally called this film Bogus Adventure instead of Bogus Journey, and I did not notice it until afterwards. So yeah, I messed up. I do think at times that Bogus Adventure does sound more catchier, although Bogus Journey does make more sense because in every sense of the word, this movie is a journey. The film starts off in the year 2691, where if you've already seen the first movie, Bill and Ted's band, Wild Stallions, become so successful and a worldwide phenomenon that it creates a perfect utopian society. Yeah, everything is pretty much perfect and at peace because of their music, like... At the Bill and Ted University where Rufus works, his former gym teacher Chuck the Nominalist believes that the world has gone foolish and downhill due to the influence of Bill and Ted's philosophies. So he creates evil robot replicas of Bill and Ted and steals the phone booth time machine, sending them back in time for two objectives: to kill the real Bill and Ted and sabotage the Battle of the Bands competition in effort to have Wild Stallions never become a success. So yeah, evil robots coming back from the future to kill somebody in the present to prevent an event from happening. It's like we haven't seen that in the movie already. The evil robots actually do kill Bill and Ted, leaving both of their souls to get back into the human world and stop the robots from destroying their lives. But first, they must encounter the Grim Reaper, go through heaven and hell, possess human bodies, encounter highly intelligent aliens, and what? Okay, the first film was already crazy enough, but this film takes it to a whole new level. I mean, just by looking at the first film, I already saw the crazy potential on how wacky this franchise can get, and by God, this second movie goes beyond its limit. This movie is 10 times more over the top, which is going to be a turnoff for some people because I don't think they're going to enjoy it like that. But then again, this film is not supposed to be taken seriously just like the first. It's an Airhead franchise, but luckily it's a fun and entertaining one. This film is much funnier than the first movie and is by far the best, stupidest film I've ever seen in my life. Just imagine this: you get thrown off the cliff by your evil doppelganger robot, you meet the Grim Reaper, give him a wedgie, then you get sentenced to hell by a seance, and then you meet Satan, and while you're trying to escape, you experience and visit your own fears, and that is the Easter Bunny. Yeah! You would think a sequel like this would obviously destroy a franchise, but actually it is all well done and worth every cent of a $20 million budget movie. Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter once again shine as the lovable airheads that we know and love, with their great chemistry between each other made stronger by the set design, cinematography, and the Grim Reaper to bounce back performances with each other. Also, they did a pretty good job as their evil counterparts, even though they're literally just playing Bill and Ted again, but this time being complete dicks. The editing is also pretty good for an early 90s film, given the illusion that there's two of them on the same screen, although at times you can see in the back that it's obviously their stunt double filling in for them. But the best improvement from the first film than just the $11 million budget increase is William Shatner as Death himself. He does a good job as a bit of contrast to the main characters, but in his own right is hilarious and a great additional character to this franchise. He's got a lot of great moments as he really helps carry this film. I really love the spoof of Ingmar Bergman's The Seventh Seal. In that film, a medieval knight dies and plays a game of chess with death, but with this film, we get a pretty cringy yet hilarious montages of them challenging death for their souls using early 90s board games. And this is shockingly one of the highlights of the film. With a better budget, we get a good set of animatronics on evil Bill and Ted and the usage of them taking their limbs off and just having fun with it. The set designs on both Heaven and Hell were pretty good, even though I found Hell to be a lot better. When Bill and Ted get sent into their own rooms of fear, the scenic design really gives off a vibe of a Tim Burton film in The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. In one scene, Bill is met by his scary old granny, shockingly played by Alex Winter. I was really surprised that was actually him underneath all that makeup. He looks completely unrecognizable, so I gotta give props to the makeup department. Also, there's some well-constructed work on the costumes, like for the alien creature station and the good Bill and Ted robots. But besides all that, Bill and Ted are able to make it back into the human world and confront evil Bill and Ted at the Battle of the Bands competition. And that ending was very anticlimactic. But if anything, it's more of a feel-good, easygoing, goodbye movie audience moment, despite the tension of Bill and Ted's girlfriends potentially dying at the hands of evil Bill and Ted. That entire moment is a very quick thing played as a gag as the real Bill and Ted bring in the good robots to kill evil Bill and Ted. Yeah, no joke. They just pretty much just beat him with just 2 punches. One to knock their head off and the other one in the gut to punch him the king to come, and that's it. They don't even fight back. The main villain, Chuck the Numbness, is absolutely a complete afterthought throughout the film. And in the final confrontation, with him showing up on the stage only to be beaten by the same stupid method as they used in the first film. By saying what they're gonna do in the future, and it happens. They tamper with his weapon, Death gives him a wedgie while everyone laughs, and then they arrest him. For what it accomplishes, it works, even though I still feel like it was a little bit of a letdown, and I kinda do wish that there were just some things that were changed, but then again, these movies are supposed to be ridiculous, and I really shouldn't be all that surprised. But I actually was kind of surprised on how easygoing this audience at the Battle of the Bands was. I mean, there's literally 3 versions of Bill and Ted, a Grim Reaper, 2 aliens, and a time machine on the stage, and no one even questions it or panics about it. They just go along with it. But nevertheless, Rufus makes a shocking surprise at the end as it is revealed that he was in disguise and has been watching over Bill and Ted this whole time, and I completely forgot that he was in this film. If you thought George Carlin's performance in the first film was short, well, this one is even shorter. He's only in the film for the first 5 minutes and the last 3 minutes of the film, and that's it. After all this shit went down, Bill and Ted realized they still suck at playing instruments, so they use the time machine and go spend 16 months of intensive guitar training, including a 2-week honeymoon with their wives, and even have kids. They eventually come right back to the Battle of the Bands competition looking like ZZ Top, and performed their musical hit broadcasted all over the world, and ended it off with the most epic high five in cinema history, thus ending the film. Oh, and we get a few pics during the end credits of Wild Stallion's success while listening to God Gave Rock and Roll performed by Kiss. Now, while Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was in fact an excellent adventure, this film, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, was in fact one hell of a bogus journey. It's not as good as the first film in terms of filmmaking wise, but it is a superior comedy in terms of enjoyment, and I can watch this all over and over again. I'm going to give Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey a 6.5 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. My next review will be on Bill and Ted Face the Music, and that's already come out, and it's already out as soon as possible. Hey Sean, I gotta remind you to do the... Oh. Wow. What are you doing here? Did you watch Bogus Journey already? The sequel to the... Yeah, and I'm reviewing about it right now. Well, I did not see the review on our channel. What? Yeah. Really? Yes. Did you scroll all the way down? I don't know why you don't trust me on this. I told you that there isn't any video of us reviewing... Oh. Bogus. So yeah, everything's good. And you can head on forward now. Yeah, that's the thing. I can't right now. I used what's left of the battery on the time machine, so it's charging right now. Plus, your Wi-Fi sucks, so I really can't get a good signal. Your time machine works on Wi-Fi? Hey, we're only 3 years into the future, we just barely got a time machine, okay? How long is the charging gonna take? 3 days. Days? Don't worry about it, 3 days will go by fast. You won't even know I'm here. But everyone will swear they're starting to see doubles now. I guess it can't be all that bad. I mean, it is my future self. Well, then again, for worse. Alright, you can share this side of the bed. I prefer the... Oh, hey! Are you about to end the review? I was. Excellent! Wait, hold on, I'm just filming and... Man, I forgot how bad your setup sucks. Or our setup, really. Alright. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. My next review will be on Bill and Ted Face the Music. This movie has come out already, so I'm going to try to get a review out for it as soon as possible. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe here for more content, and until then, we'll see you in the next video.